Sometimes in rugby, it's not just about the tries, the tackles, or the trophies. It's about the journey of a soul who refuses to be broken. Today, we tell the story of Makazole Mapimpi, a man who had every reason to give up, but instead became a world champion, a national hero, and a symbol of hope for millions. So stay with me, because this story will touch your heart. Makazole was born in the small village of Solo, in South Africa's Eastern Cape, one of the poorest and most forgotten regions of the country. Life was not gentle. His father left when he was very young. His mother, who raised him with love, passed away when he was still a boy. One by one, his siblings were taken too. By the time he was a teenager, he had no parents, no brothers, no sisters. Imagine that, being completely alone. Many would have broken under the weight. But Mapimpi refused. In the streets of Solo, kids played rugby barefoot. With no money for boots, they used their speed, their hunger, their spirit. That's where he found his escape. The oval ball was not just a sport, it was his survival. Think about this, what would you do if you had lost everything? Would you still chase your dream? For Mapimpi, rugby wasn't about fame. It was survival. It was belonging. He played for his school, then local clubs, wherever he could. His talent was raw, fast, fearless, hungry. But unlike others, he had no clear path to success. South African rugby was dominated by players from elite schools and big academies. He was from the Eastern Cape, forgotten by scouts, overlooked by opportunity. Still, he kept running. Every match was a statement, I will not quit. At times, he had no transport to games. He would walk, or hitch rides, just to play. Sometimes, he arrived hungry, but still played with fire. At 24, when many players are already stars, he finally got his chance with the Border Bulldogs. It was not glamorous. Small stadiums, poor facilities, low pay. But for Mapimpi, it was the door he needed. And from the moment he stepped on that field, people could see he was different. His speed, his instincts, his refusal to give up. From the Bulldogs, he moved to the Cheetahs. His pace, his finishing ability, his work ethic, all of it began to shine. Then came the Sharks in Super Rugby. Against the best in the Southern Hemisphere, Mapimpi showed he belonged. He scored tries that made crowds rise to their feet. For a boy who once had nothing, the dream was slowly becoming real. Have you ever felt invisible, but still kept pushing until people noticed? That's exactly what Mapimpi did. The call came. Mapimpi was selected for the Springboks. The green and gold jersey is sacred in South Africa. It carries the weight of history, of pain, of unity. For Mapimpi, it carried something more, the memory of his family. Every time he scored a try, he pointed upward. Not for the cameras, but for them. He became the living embodiment of resilience. Japan. The world stage. The Springboks were doubted by many. Could they rise again? In the semi-final against Wales, Mapimpi struck, his try pushed South Africa into the final. And then came the match that would define him forever, the 2019 Rugby World Cup final against England. The game was tight, brutal, physical. Then, in a moment of magic, Mapimpi sprinted down the wing, exchanged passes, and scored. History was made. Makazole Mapimpi became the first South African ever to score in a Rugby World Cup final. It wasn't just a try. It was a statement from barefoot fields in Solo to the brightest stage in world rugby. South Africa lifted the Webb Ellis Cup. Siya Kolisi held it high. And right there, Mapimpi stood as a champion of the world. Mapimpi's journey didn't end in 2019. He inspired a generation. Kids in rural villages began to believe, if Mapimpi can do it, so can I. He showed that you don't need privilege to rise. You need heart, hunger, and resilience. His story became bigger than rugby. It became a story of life, of hope, of never giving up. Today, Mapimpi is more than a player. He is a symbol. When he runs onto the field, he carries not just the Springbok, but the memory of his family, the pride of his village, and the dreams of South Africa's forgotten children. His name will forever remind us, no pain is too deep, no struggle is too heavy, no dream is too far. From barefoot fields in solo, to scoring in a World Cup final. From losing everything, to inspiring millions. His story is not just rugby. It is life. It is proof that legends are not born, they are made through struggle, faith, and the refusal to give up. And this is Happy Rise G World, where every inspiring story comes to life, and every journey reminds us that greatness can rise from anywhere.